Today, the 10th of Jan, Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this now. It's an emergency. The identity of this person who wants to harm you is out. Here is the name. Open immediately. My beloved child. Please listen to me now. Do not let your heart rush ahead of your spirit. Do not let fear close your ears. I am speaking to you because today is not an ordinary day. Today is the 9th of January, and the silence around you is not peace. It is a pause before truth steps forward. My beloved child. For many nights you have felt a strange heaviness. You tried to ignore it. You told yourself you were tired, overthinking, or being emotional. But deep inside, something kept whispering. Be careful, something is not right. You were not imagining it. I have been standing near you longer than you realize. Watching. Shielding. Intervening in ways you could not see. Moments when danger came close but suddenly changed direction. Conversations that could have turned against you but didn't. Plans made in secret that failed without explanation. That was not luck, my beloved child. That was protection. Today, I speak with urgency not to frighten you, but to awaken you. There is someone in your life. Someone who smiles when they see you. Someone who speaks kindly. Someone who knows your name, your habits, your weaknesses. This person is not a stranger. That is what makes this so dangerous. My beloved child. Evil rarely arrives loudly. It does not announce itself. It blends in. It wears familiarity. It hides behind normal words and normal faces. You have trusted this person more than once. You have shared things you should not have. Not because you were foolish, but because your heart is pure. And that purity is exactly what attracted them. Do not feel shame. Do not feel regret. Hear me clearly now. You did nothing wrong. This person has been acting from jealousy, resentment, and hidden anger. They feel small when they see your strength. They feel exposed when they see your light. Instead of healing themselves, they chose to harm you in secret. My beloved child. For some time now, this person has been speaking your name where you are not present. Twisting your image. Planting doubts in other minds. Quietly hoping for your fall. They did not expect heaven to respond. But heaven always responds when a soul is targeted unjustly. I have been instructed to step forward now because the plan against you has reached its breaking point. It was meant to remain hidden. It was meant to slowly weaken you, emotionally, socially, spiritually. But today, the veil is lifting. You may have noticed small signs already. Strange tension when you enter a room. A sudden coldness from someone who was once warm. Words that sounded innocent but left you feeling uneasy afterward. Those were warnings, my beloved child. Not warnings of doom, but invitations to awareness. This person underestimated one thing: your connection to the divine. They believed you were alone. They believed you were unprotected. They believed silence meant weakness. They were wrong. Today, I stand between you and what was meant to harm you. And I say this clearly, not as a threat, but as authority. No weapon formed against you will succeed. My beloved child. You are not being told this so you can confront anyone. You are not being told this so you can accuse, expose, or retaliate. That is not your role. Your role is clarity. When light enters a dark room, it does not fight the darkness. It simply reveals what was already there. In the coming hours and days, you will begin to see truth without forcing it. Words will slip. Masks will crack. Intentions will surface. Do not rush ahead. Do not react emotionally. Observe. Stillness will protect you more than action. You may feel anger rise when you realize how close this person was. You may feel betrayal. That is human. But I ask you, my beloved child, do not let their darkness stain your heart. Justice is already in motion. What was planned in secrecy is now exposed in the spiritual realm. What was whispered is now heard. What was hidden is now named. The reason I ordered you to open this now is because timing matters. If you remain grounded, calm, and aware, their influence over your life ends here. If you panic, confront, or reveal prematurely, you delay what is already resolving itself. Trust the process unfolding around you. You are not weak for needing protection. Even warriors need shields. And you, my beloved child, have been in a quiet war without realizing it. Rest now in this truth. You are not losing. You were never abandoned. And this story does not end in harm. It ends in revelation. Stay with me. In the next part, I will show you how this person's plan began. Why they chose you specifically. And what you must do internally, not externally, to fully step out of their reach forever. Do not skip what comes next, my beloved child. Not because of fear, but because understanding will set you free. My beloved child, please breathe for a moment. I know your heart is beating fast. I know your hands feel restless. I know you feel something is wrong, even though you cannot fully explain it. Today is not about fear. Today is about truth. And truth never comes to destroy you. Truth comes to protect you. My beloved child, you did not open this by accident. You were guided here because your soul was ready to listen. For a long time, you felt watched, misunderstood, or emotionally disturbed without a clear reason. You thought maybe you were overthinking. You told yourself to ignore the feeling. But deep inside, your spirit knew something was hidden. I am Archangel Michael, standing beside you in light and protection. I do not come with threats. I do not come with punishment. I come with clarity. There has been a presence around your life, not a person with a weapon, not someone chasing you, but an energy. An influence that smiles on the outside but feels heavy on the inside. An influence that pretends care but carries jealousy, control, or hidden intention. My beloved child, harm does not always arrive as violence. Sometimes harm arrives as confusion. Sometimes harm arrives as emotional manipulation. Sometimes harm arrives as someone slowly weakening your confidence while pretending to support you. You started doubting yourself. You questioned your own worth. You felt drained after certain conversations. You felt uneasy after hearing certain words. That was not your imagination. My beloved child, the identity you are searching for is not a shocking name written in fear. It is a pattern. A pattern of behavior that your soul already recognizes. This person does not want your blood. They want your light to dim. They want you to stay unsure, silent, and dependent. They want to feel powerful by making you feel small. But listen carefully now. They have failed. Because awareness is the moment darkness loses control. And today, awareness has arrived. My beloved child, you were never weak. You were simply kind in a world that sometimes uses kindness wrongly. You trusted because your heart is pure, not because you were foolish. I see the nights you cried without telling anyone. I see the times you blamed yourself for things that were never your fault. I see how you tried to keep peace even when it cost you your inner calm. That ends now. Not with anger. Not with revenge. But with boundaries. The emergency is not that someone is coming to hurt you. The emergency is that you almost forgot who you are. You are protected. You are guided. You are stronger than the confusion placed around you. From this moment, your intuition will become sharper. Your clarity will become louder. Your courage will return naturally. The influence that tried to affect you will slowly lose access, not because you fight, but because you awaken. My beloved child, stay with me. This message is not finished yet. What you are about to understand next will change how you see people, trust, and yourself. My beloved child, stay with me. Do not rush your breath. Do not let your mind run ahead of your heart. What you are receiving now is not meant to scare you. It is meant to steady you. I am Archangel Michael, and I stand not above you, but beside you. Sword lowered. Shield open. Because this moment is not about battle. It is about understanding. My beloved child, once awareness enters your life, everything begins to rearrange itself quietly. You may already feel it. A strange calm mixed with alertness. A feeling like pieces are starting to fit together without effort. You are beginning to remember moments from the past that suddenly make sense. Words someone said that felt off, even though they sounded kind. Advice that left you weaker instead of stronger. Support that came with invisible strings attached. This is how hidden influence works. It does not shout. It whispers. It does not attack openly. It slowly redirects you away from your own inner voice. My beloved child, the person connected to this influence never thought you would wake up. They assumed your empathy would keep you quiet forever. They believed your patience meant permission. But kindness is not consent. And patience is not blindness. You may feel a moment of sadness as you realize this. That is natural. Because part of you wanted to believe the best. Part of you hoped you were wrong. Part of you wanted harmony more than truth. Do not judge yourself for that. Your heart chose love, and love is never a mistake. It only becomes painful when others misuse it. Now listen carefully, my beloved child. The name you think you are waiting for. You do not need it. Power does not come from labeling someone. Power comes from changing your response. The moment you stop explaining yourself unnecessarily. The moment you stop seeking approval where it is never given freely. The moment you stop shrinking to keep someone comfortable. That is the moment the influence breaks. You will notice something interesting in the days ahead. Some people will react strangely to your calm confidence. Some will test your boundaries. Some may try to pull you back into old patterns with guilt or emotional pressure. This is not coincidence. This is confirmation. My beloved child, do not argue. Do not accuse. Do not expose. Silence paired with self-respect is louder than confrontation. You are protected not because danger is near, but because growth is near. And growth always triggers resistance from what benefits from your stagnation. I know you are wondering, why me? Why did I have to experience this? Why couldn't my path be simpler? My beloved child, light attracts attention. Depth attracts testing. And souls meant to rise are often challenged early. But hear this truth deeply now. Nothing has been taken from you. Nothing has been ruined. Nothing has been delayed. In fact, something has been restored. Your trust in yourself. From this point forward, your intuition will no longer whisper. It will speak clearly. And when something is wrong, your body, your heart, your energy will tell you immediately. You will no longer ignore it. That is protection. That is awakening. That is strength. My beloved child, you are not alone in this shift. You never were. Even in moments when you felt abandoned, watched, misunderstood, you were being guided away from harm you could not yet see. Now you can see. And because you can see, the chapter is closing. Stay with me a little longer. There is one more layer to understand, not about others, but about who you are becoming after this realization. What comes next is not heavy. It is freeing. And it will complete what began the moment you opened this message. My beloved child. I understand why you said, Part 4. Sometimes the soul feels there is still more it needs to hear before it can fully rest. So stay with me. The flow will not break. Nothing here is out of order. This part is not about warning. It is about completion. My beloved child, when truth settles inside you, it does not arrive loudly. It arrives like a deep exhale you did not know you were holding. You may feel lighter without knowing exactly why. You may notice you are less reactive, less anxious, less pulled into emotional storms that once disturbed you. This is not because problems disappeared. It is because you changed your position. You are no longer standing in the center of confusion. You are standing in awareness. There is something important I must say now, very gently. The influence that once surrounded you is already fading. Not because you confronted it. Not because you exposed it. But because it can no longer feed on your uncertainty. My beloved child, darkness survives on attention. When attention is removed, it dissolves on its own. You may notice silence where there used to be pressure. Distance where there used to be control. Indifference where there used to be emotional hooks. This is not loss. This is freedom. And here is the truth many never realize. The moment you stop needing closure from others, you receive it from within. You no longer need answers spoken aloud. You no longer need apologies that may never come. You no longer need validation from places that once confused you. Your soul already understands. My beloved child, the emergency you thought this message carried was not about danger approaching. It was about awakening arriving. You were standing at the edge of forgetting your own value. And that is the only true danger a soul ever faces. But you stepped back. You remembered. You listened. That is why I came. From this moment on, your path becomes clearer. Not easier, but clearer. And clarity is far more powerful than ease. You will attract healthier connections. You will sense misalignment early. You will walk away without guilt when something feels wrong. Not because you are cold, but because you are wise. My beloved child, nothing is chasing you. Nothing is hunting you. Nothing is waiting to harm you. What is waiting? Is your next version. Stronger. Quieter. Unshaken. You are protected not by fear, but by truth. Not by urgency, but by awareness. Not by my sword, but by your own awakening. And now, my beloved child, rest your heart. The message has done its work. The chapter is closed. And you are safe. Always. My beloved child. You are still here because your soul is still listening. That is a beautiful thing. Do not think this means something is unfinished in a fearful way. It simply means there is gentleness still settling inside you. This part is quieter than the others. It is meant to feel like sitting beside calm water after a long walk. My beloved child, when a chapter truly ends, the mind often asks for more words, more confirmation, more reassurance. But the heart already knows. It already feels the shift. You may notice now that the urgency you once felt is gone. The tightness in your chest has softened. The questions that screamed have become whispers, and even those whispers are fading. That is not emptiness. That is peace returning to its rightful place. I want you to understand something important about yourself. You are not someone who needs constant signs to survive. You are someone who needed one clear moment of truth to re-anchor your inner strength. And that moment has already happened. My beloved child, life will continue. People will come and go. Situations will rise and fall. But you will not lose yourself again in the same way. Because now, you recognize the feeling of misalignment early. You recognize when something drains you instead of nourishing you. You recognize when silence is healthier than explanation. This awareness will quietly guide you for the rest of your life. You do not need to stay alert in fear. You do not need to constantly analyze others. You only need to stay connected to yourself. When something feels heavy, you step back. When something feels peaceful, you lean in. That is all. My beloved child, protection does not mean nothing difficult will ever happen. Protection means nothing will consume you the way it once almost did. You are no longer easily shaken. You are no longer easily controlled by emotion. You are no longer easily convinced to doubt your own worth. That is growth. And growth is quiet. As this message comes to rest, let your shoulders relax. Let your breath slow. Let your mind stop searching. There is nothing else you need to open. Nothing else you need to decode. Nothing else you need to wait for. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. My beloved child, walk forward gently now. Carry what serves you. Release what does not. Trust what feels calm. The light you were looking for was never outside you. It has been steady within you all along. And that is where this story truly ends. Not with urgency. Not with fear. But with quiet strength. Always remember this feeling. It is your anchor. My beloved child. Sit with me a little longer. There is more your heart needs to hear, even if your mind feels satisfied. This is not about fear. This is about deepening your understanding of who you truly are. You have walked through shadows and whispers, through doubts and confusion. You have felt the heaviness of unseen forces, the weight of unclear intentions, the tension of being pulled in directions your soul did not want to go. And yet, here you are. Not broken. Not diminished. But awakened. My beloved child, the truth you must carry now is subtle, but profound. Those who tried to influence your path, those whose words and actions left marks on your spirit, they were never your measure. Their actions were never a reflection of your worth. Their deception, their confusion, their hidden motives, they speak only of their own journey, not yours. Do not carry their weight anymore. Do not replay the moments in your mind where you questioned your own judgment. Do not wonder if you were too kind, too trusting, too patient. All of those things are your strength. My beloved child, kindness is a light, not a weakness. Patience is a river, not a chain. Trust is a seed, not a gamble. And the moment you recognize this, the moment you truly feel it in your bones, the energy that once sought to manipulate you will fade into nothingness. You may notice it already, the subtle shift. The quiet space that used to feel crowded with confusion is opening. Your mind no longer races to fix things that are not yours to fix. Your heart no longer jumps at imagined threats. Your spirit no longer trembles at whispers that are not meant for you. This is freedom. Not loud, not obvious. But solid, unshakable, and enduring. My beloved child, the lessons you have learned are not just about others. They are about yourself. About recognizing your own value. About honoring your own boundaries. About trusting the quiet voice inside that has always known what is true. There will be days ahead when old patterns try to return. When familiar pressures resurface. When someone's words or actions try to stir doubt in your mind again. Do not fear these moments. They are merely tests of your new strength. And each time you respond with calm, with clarity, with your inner knowing, you will reinforce the armor that has always been yours. An armor made not of hardness or aggression, but of self-respect, awareness, and love for yourself. My beloved child, the identity of the person who sought to harm you is no longer important. Because their power exists only as long as you give it space in your mind. And now, your mind, your heart, and your spirit are fully reclaimed. You may feel a sense of awe at this. A sense of wonder at how much you endured and how much you have grown. A sense of relief as the knots of tension unravel inside you. It is normal to feel this way. It is a sign that the shift has been deep, profound, and lasting. My beloved child, from this point forward, your presence will carry a new resonance. People will notice it. Energy will notice it. Life will.